Well, now I'm going to be showing you the Psychic deck. It's not necessarily unfinished as much as it is I'm lacking cards for it. You'll see that I'm lacking a few synchros and a copy of the field spell. Yeah, everything will be revealed in a moment. Starting off, I have one of the main cards, Grapple Blocker, mainly because you can grant your opponent's attacks. You do take damage, but then that's the theme with, well, you have to pay life points. That's the theme of all of the Psychic cards. And then KREBONS, a mainstay in any Psychics. To be honest, I don't understand why you don't see KREBONS more often. I mean, it's one of the best tuners. And then Psyblocker, you'd be surprised at just how useful Psyblocker can be, because you declare an effect, and you can stop cards, because of that name, those effects cannot be used to the end of the opponent's next turn. So you can block things like Solemn Warning, things like that. Amazing. And then Mental Seeker. If this removes like card is special summon, reveal the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. Choose one and remove from play, and shuffle the rest back into the deck. Which is pretty good. It's pretty good. However, with this particular deck setup, I do remove the cards in play, but I very rarely get to special summon them. If there's any cards you know, any psychics that do special summons from the remove from play section, please tell me. Next, we've got Power Injector, just an attack increase speed stick. Then Psychic Commander, again, attack decrease monster, which is also a tuner, and a very mainstay again in all tuners for Psychics. And then Psy Beast, because you can remove from play Psychic from your deck, and that card will become the level of that Psychic you remove from play. And another one that's very powerful, Psychic Borg. You can remove and play up to 2 per turn, any 2 per Psychics per turn, to have this card gain 500 attack for each. Which is very useful, particularly because you're putting cards removed from play, which you can then get back if you use Genic Woman, the next card in the set. And then a Stormcaller, you can put opponent's monster destroy about all the other psychics on top of the ender's deck instead of sending to the graveyard. And this card is destroyed by card effect. The card's controller takes damage to its original attack. However, there is a way around that with Creature Swap, and then if you use something to destroy that afterwards, you can give your opponent damage rather than giving yourself. And if you use, say, Prime Material, which I don't understand because I don't have one at the moment, it can be very useful for yourself if it gets destroyed. Then I use 2 Master Gigs, because now I can get monsters out a bit more frequently, and I can pay 1,000 to destroy monsters my opponent controls up to the amount of Psychics. But really, you only need to destroy 1, if anything, most of the time. Then Armored Axon Kicker, because you can also attributing the Psychic, and in destroys, you can take damage, equal that monster's attack, and then you can like special summon using up to the damage you took. And then a Dr. Cranium, so you can, if destroyed, you can pay with 800 life points to add another Psychic to your hand. So if you're really having bad draws, you can use that. Another remove from play special summon Esper Girl. You can remove from play the top card of your deck, and this card is sent from the field to the graveyard. You can add that removed card to your hand. So yeah, it's that. And then that's all the Psychics. But then I also run 3 damage mages. So if I would take damage from a card effect, one of my Psychics, I can basically reverse that damage. I can basically negate the damage and then special summon one of these damage mages. So, and it also works against the field spell, if you like, which I'll show you later. And then Inset Tomato would take damage by a card effect. I can, oh, yeah, any effect damage I take becomes 0. So that can be very good as well. And then just general support, Allied Justice Cyclone Creator. You can return once per turn. You can return spell trap cards from the field of the hand equal to the number of face-up tuner mods on the field. That can be very useful, and the fact that it's a pretty good tuner makes it pretty useful. And then a Sandgan, which is pretty much a mainstay in this deck because you need to get out specific cards. And then a Mystic Tomato because a lot of my cards are dark. Then for this like spell and trap cards for the Psychics, I have a Metaphysical to gain life points. Psychic Feel, so I can banish. If I have banished monsters, I can basically synchro those banished monsters. Telepathic Power, So if my monster gets destroyed, I can gain that life field to the opponent's monster attack, destroy it, and then destroy that monster. Side Station, just to give my monster more attack. Future Glow, again to give my monster more attack and put them in the remove from play zone. Hard Selling Goblin, so if my opponent has like spell and trap cards, if I inflict damage, I can return the spell and trap cards to the opponent's hand. Airborne Arrow, that's really just there to inflict extra damage. And then Brain Research Lab. This basically, whenever you would pay life points to activate a psychic counter, you could put you could activate psychic monster effect. You can put a psychic counter on this card instead. And if you do an extra normal summon of a psychic monster, you can put a psychic counter on this card afterwards. Because you can do once per turn you can have a normal summon of a psychic monster in addition to that. However, if this card is destroyed, you take 1,000 damage for each psychic counter on it. But if you chain that effect to Insect, Tomato, or Damage Mage, even if it has 8 counts on it, you won't die. That's just brilliant. The next is Psychic Rejuvenation. Again, another gain of life points. Then Teleport, just so that you can get psychics on the field if you need them, particularly to get out your lights easier. Psychic Soul, again another gain life points. Bright Future, that's just to get banished monsters back into the graveyard and then draw one. And another Side Station, Past Image. If I control a face-up psychic monster, I can type one monster from my opponent's controls and banish it. During the next standby phase, that monster returns the opponent's side of the field in the same battle position. Fair enough. I then also run 2D Ankitos, again for more quick health up. An MST, Swords Revealing, because that's quite necessary in a slowish deck like this. This deck isn't exactly the most consistent. A Numinous Heal, again for more LP increase. And then Fairy Wind, again, this is just to inflict damage to my opponent. Wait, no, inflict damage to both players. And then, of course, I can use Damage Maze's effect on that, so I don't take the damage. Well, I effectively don't take the damage, but my opponent does. Gravity Axe, just for extra attack, and to stop battle changes. But Burden, because, just for even more attack preference. And then a Nordic Relic, so I can alter the attack on the monsters to equal. I think I did that in one of my previous videos as well. And now for the extra deck. Purple Pyrotile, I haven't really been able to use it, but I think I could with this deck. And then 2 Psychic Life Transfers, a Helldra Crest. I'm trying to look for Helldra Crest of Horror and another rank up card, because I know from a friend that Helldra Crest of Horror is one of the most annoying cards in the game. And then there'd be Tyragon, because I have a few level 1s. And it's only really for the direct attack boost. I really need cards like